24 August 2020, and today I want to take you through the press conference that was given yesterday by Nelson Chamisa, and then I'll quickly give you my opinions on what Nelson Chamisa is thinking, is doing right, or is doing wrong. So Chamisa made about 20 key points, so I'll quickly read them through. And the first point that he made is that Zimbabwe is in a crisis because things are worsening every day. Zimbabwe is attracting international attention because of citizens' arrest and abductions. Number 3, Mnangagwa has turned Zimbabwe into a banana republic. Number 4, he acknowledged the solidarity of Africans on the Zimbabwe Lives Matter hashtag. Number 5, Mnangagwa has set the tone when he promised to flush out bad apples. Number 6, Mnangagwa is not a good leader. Number 7, he thanked the churches for speaking out. Number 8, he spoke of peace, unity, and justice. That's what he said. He speaks of peace, unity, and justice. Number 9, critics, book prize winners, journalists, MPs, councillors, and lawyers are being arrested by Mnangagwa. Number 10, COVID testing is too expensive in Zimbabwe. It's costing $65, and Mnangagwa has got no plan for proper testing or cheaper testing. Number 11, the economy, the future, the dignity of Zimbabwe is at stake. Number 12, pressure is mounting against Mnangagwa, even from his former friends like the ANC. Number 13, Mnangagwa will not win against the whole world. He thinks he's right. So that's number 14. Mnangagwa says he's right and everyone else is wrong. And also he's abusing power. Number 15, there is no alternative way of teaching children, but children cannot go to school. So this is one of the failures of Mnangagwa. Number 16, Mnangagwa is not acknowledging the problem. Number 17, Zimbabwe will only change if there's a leadership renewal. Number 18, Chamisa said people should not be afraid to speak out. And number 19, he said protest is a God-given right. Number 20, he said he believes in African solutions for African problem. So that's the 20 points, 20 key points that were in Chamisa's 20 minutes press conference. And then let's go to the actions. Did Chamisa give any actions? He said he will not rush into action. He doesn't want to be pushed into an action because that's what Mnangagwa wants. He wants to let Mnangagwa continue to score own goals. Then number 2, in terms of actions, he said in the next few weeks, he's going to be in broad consultations so that they can form a broad coalition. Number 3, in terms of actions, he says he's going to be moving into dialogue. So I'm not sure when he says dialogue, does he mean Pollard? Because that's the only dialogue that is there at the moment, although it's not moving. In my view, Chamisa has done a good thing by coming out and speaking. Chamisa has been quiet for very, very long. People has been asking him to give directions. So when you look at Zimbabwe Lives Matter and the march is not ended, these are hashtags or these are key phrases that were created by other people. Chamisa has been at the background when other people have been acting, and people have been criticizing him to say, Chamisa waits for people to act, and then he jumps in as the beneficiary of other people's actions. And I'm sure that criticism is going to come out here, because I'm not sure what action people are going to take now. What are people supposed to do? He did not speak about the people that have been arrested. For example, Ngarivume. Ngarivume organized the 31st of July demonstrations. And I was hoping that at least Chamisa would acknowledge that Ngarivume tried and he's now in jail. So I wanted him to mention the names of Ngarivume, of Wopochungono, people who were organizers of the 31st of July. I also wanted to acknowledge that there are people who are still on the run. These people who were organizing the 31st of July, youth leaders who are on the run right now as you speak. And he should have called upon Mnangagwa to forgive these people. And I did not hear that. When it comes to an opposition coalition, this is where Chamisa has got some low-hanging fruit. He should be working on an opposition coalition as we speak. starting with the MDCT, these guys should be working and talking, and Chamisa should be talking to that. But it seems like he's already moved on. And there's no way there can be leadership renewal if the MDC itself has not sorted out its internal problems. So I didn't see Chamisa acknowledging the internal problems in the MDC and how he plans to act in terms of working with other people within his own political party and within the broader opposition. So that is a big weakness. The opposition coalition, it needs to be a key focus because the opposition in Zimbabwe is very, very weak. Even if Mnangagwa is making mistakes, the opposition is scoring worse on goals than what Mnangagwa is doing. In fact, the opposition is just in shambles. Then I want to go to the issue of Zimbabwe Live Matter and the march has not ended. These are external activist action, but they need to support a strong opposition. Chamisa is too dependent on outside actors, especially when he sees the South Africans in support of him. He needs to do his part, and at the moment he's not doing his part because the South Africans can not only hashtag, they can allow you to have interviews on the TV stations, but it ends there. They cannot do more. The bigger part needs to be done by Chamisa. And at the moment, demonstrations are not going to work. You cannot demonstrate against Mnangagwa during COVID. In fact, it won't work because they will never allow you. For that very reason that there's coronavirus. There's no demonstrations taking place anywhere that are successful. People can understand why a government will say, don't demonstrate during this time. So this is the time to organize, to create a stronger opposition. And I think on that point, Chamisa is not yet getting it. He still thinks he can pressurize Mnangagwa and force him into a corner. The problem is Chamisa does not have enough MPs. In fact, it's got no MPs now as we speak. The MDCT, which has got the acting president, Thokozani Kupe, is continuing, and he is continuing without MPs. It's not clear what his political party is, and time is moving. So these issues, there needs to be clear direction. And when Chamisa is addressing the nation, but he's not addressing his supporters. Those are the issues that they want to know about. Is the MDC alliance going to form a new political party? What is happening internally? Is he talking to the Kupe and Wanzoras? These are the things that his internal party wants to hear. But Chamisa tends to address the nation. He tends to address the international community, which is quite strange to me because I expect him to focus his discussions on the immediate problems in his own political party, which he's not doing. But I'm not saying everything that Chamisa said is wrong here. He's doing a good job in terms of raising your emotions. When I listen to Chamisa, you get the emotion. He knows how to describe the problem. But where he lacks is action. How do we move from where we are now to where we want to go? And also, how do we solve the internal problems in the MDC? That is not clear. It's not coming out clearly in his speeches. And I'm particularly concerned about Chamisa's failure to create a coalition which he will lead. So he tends to leave these problems of division hanging. And he's got a lot of support. So I do not know why he cannot compromise and then bring everyone under himself and he becomes the guy at the top. So he tends to want to say, my way or you go. So this has to change. If he's going to win in 2023, he has to give and take. And that means he has to work with people that he doesn't like, doesn't agree with, and people who don't necessarily believe in his own vision. So you might have to work with people who've got their own agendas, but you have to bring them under yourself. When it comes to dialogue, I think there's need to be a bit more information. Tell people what kind of dialogue you want. What would you talk to Mnangagwa under Pollard? This needs to come out, and he needs to give people a clear direction when it comes to that. So that is my comment on this press conference by Nelson Chamisa last night. And you can go and watch it on the MDC platforms. Thank you very much for watching. If you're watching this on WhatsApp, send it to as many people as possible. If you're watching this on YouTube and Facebook, please like, comment, and share.